Hello, my amazing subscribers, and welcome newcomers! I am Carnage, the creator, and today, I guess what we're doing here is we're doing a little 100,000 subscribers special type video, but it's probably very unusual because you've probably never seen a YouTuber do a video like this in this kind of way. You know, most people, they look at 100,000 subscribers as a big deal, and because of that, a lot of YouTubers, they plan kind of, I guess what you could consider a big celebration type thing. You know, some people, they do big face reveals, or they do these, like, I don't know, silver play button unboxings, or question and answer videos, all kinds of stuff like that. Draw my life videos. I don't know, there's more, but there's a bunch of different options that people do, but you guys get the point. Most people make a big deal out of 100,000 subscribers, but you guys are probably wondering, Carnage, why are you just playing Minecraft? What is going on? Why are you not doing something crazy? Well, guys, I figured instead of doing what everyone else does, I'm going to kind of think outside the box a little bit, and instead, I'm going to give you guys a video about what it feels like to get 100,000 subscribers for me. Now, this is probably a little bit different for most people. In fact, I might be the only person I know as a YouTuber who has this particular belief. But with that said, I figured I'd give you guys just some insight as to me, Carnage the creator, and let you guys see kind of my thought process on things. And maybe some of you aspiring YouTubers out there, maybe you share this kind of idea, and if you do, let me know down in the comment section below. But anyways, don't get me wrong, guys, 100,000 people, that's a lot, but I never really focused on that as a goal. And let me backtrack a little bit before you guys are like, wait a second, Carnage, what do you mean you never cared about 100,000 subscribers? That's crazy talk. Guys, I never looked at 100,000 subscribers as a goal because I never really looked at anything as a goal. I never really cared how many subscribers I had. And let me kind of give you guys a little bit of a backstory before we go any further. Let me give you guys a backstory of why my mindset is what it is. So way back in the day, way before I started my Carnage the Creator channel, YouTube wasn't a big deal. A lot of people thought of it as like a crazy thing to spend your life doing. This was back in the day before most people even knew what a capture card was, before Elgato as a company probably even existed, and back in the day before Hapog even existed. So we're talking back in the day when people had like Dazzle, DVR, whatever they're called, the old Dazzle capture cards, and the even cheaper ones, they're like $20 and stuff. Back whenever people would go and make videos very kind of bad quality, and their sole purpose of making videos was just so that other people could watch them. Back in the day, most people didn't expect they would ever make money from YouTube. They didn't expect they would ever get subscribers from YouTube, and they never expected to get hundreds of thousands or millions of views. And this is whenever I started making videos. I started making videos way back in the day when the only reason to do it was just to show off cool stuff that you were doing in video games. There was no fame to be had, there was no money to be made, and even the little fame that was out there, you know, maybe get like 20,000 views on a video. That was huge back in the day, by the way. Getting something like that, even that, you know, think about that now. I could get 20,000 views on any video I make ever now because of the day and age that we live in. But back then, that's when I started doing YouTube videos, back when there was nothing to be gained from it. So this brings me a couple years later on to when I started my channel, Carnage the Creator. So after doing YouTube for a couple years, you know, I got the idea that I wanted to do something big. I wanted to really make something big for myself on YouTube. YouTube had started picking up. A lot of YouTubers were breaking 1 million subscribers or more. People were going really far with YouTube, and they were making nice careers out of it. And I thought to myself, well, with the mindset that I have, where I do not care how many subscribers I have, I do not care how much money I'm making or how famous I am, with that in mind, without me caring about any of that, I wanted one thing out of YouTube. I wanted to prove to myself and to prove to other people that I could go far with YouTube. It wasn't a matter of I wanted fame, I wanted money, I wanted subscribers, I wanted views, nothing like that. The only thing that I wanted was to prove a point. And so far, I still think I'm proving that point. And that is, if you believe in yourself, you can do it. Not just me, anybody can do it. And even if you don't care about money, subscribers, views, or anything like that, if you just want to reach a lot of people and let a lot of people enjoy your videos for the right reasons, you can do it. In this day and age, if you are an entertainer and you have good content and you stick with what you're doing and people do like you as a person, you can do it just like I'm doing it right now. And that's the only thing I want from YouTube. if I got contacted right now, right this very second from YouTube, and they said, Carnage, you're never making another penny from YouTube, I would still make videos. There is millions of ways out there to make money, and there's so many more easier ways to make money than making YouTube videos. In the entertainment industry specifically, you get paid a very low amount for the amount of viewership that you're actually getting. For example, if you have a TV show that gets the exact same amount of viewership, you're likely to get 100 times more money for that viewership. So with that said, just know when I say I do YouTube strictly just for your guys' enjoyment, I mean it. I truly do. If I wanted money and I didn't care about you guys, I wouldn't be doing YouTube. I would terminate my channel right now. So with that said, now that we've hit 100,000 subscribers, it's a little bit weird for me. You know, I always knew I was gonna eventually hit 100,000 subscribers. I mean, I didn't plan to stop doing YouTube, so I knew at some point in time we would hit 100,000 subscribers. However, do you guys realize how fast we actually hit 100,000 subscribers? Most Minecraft YouTubers out there, it's taken them at least 4 or 5 years of doing this, and I mean doing daily videos, and it's taken them 4 or 5 years to get their very first 100,000 subscribers. If you don't believe me, go check their actual statistics. That's actually true. It takes most people on average 4 or 5 years to get 100,000 subscribers, and that's just the people who've actually hit it. That's not including the thousands and thousands and thousands who've been doing YouTube that long and has never even hit 100,000 subscribers. I'm talking about the people who you consider a bigger sized YouTuber. Go look at how long it actually took them to hit 100,000 subscribers. And then look what you guys did right here on Carnage the Creator. You guys have made this channel absolutely insane. We have hit 100,000 subscribers in just about 2 years exactly. I don't know anyone else who's done it. I don't know a single person who's done it, and I get messages all the time saying, dude, you're growing insanely fast. I don't know how you're doing it. And guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. The only way that this is happening is because of you guys. And this is the first time of me ever saying this is why I do YouTube. I never broke the news to you guys about why specifically I do YouTube. I never talked this way in any video before. But I don't know, maybe you guys can see kind of the genuine side of me and see that I genuinely do enjoy making videos, and maybe somehow that has helped me grow faster than any other YouTuber. I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not gonna toot my own horn and say that I'm a good YouTuber or anything, but I am gonna say I definitely do read the comments that you guys leave, and it's very, very humbling to be looked at in that way. And it's even more humbling to see that so many of you guys support me so much and have been saying already for months and months and months now that you cannot wait for me to get 1 million subscribers, because all along, I knew I could get there. I knew I could get to 1 million subscribers, and just hearing you guys say it all the time, like 24/7, I know we're going to do it. It's not a matter of if, it's not even a matter of when, because I know when we're gonna do it. It's gonna be soon, and it's going to be faster than any other Minecraft YouTuber in the world, because we are going to do what we say we're gonna do, and that's because we're doing it for the right reason, and I'm very glad that you guys are along for the ride. I really, honestly could not ask for better fans. So with that said, enough talking about that. Let's talk about the future of my channel, because that's what a lot of you guys are probably wondering. Carnage, how are you gonna get to 1 million subscribers? I mean, you know it's gonna happen, but what's gonna change between now and then that really turns Carnage the Creator into like the next kind of iteration of Carnage the Creator? What's gonna happen? Is anything gonna change? Do I have any plans for the future? Well, the answer to that is yes and no. Fundamentally, I do not plan to change who I am. I never am going to do that. I'm never going to act fake with you guys. That's just not who I am. It's never been who I am. I'm always, at least a little bit, I mean, I do kind of have like my own kind of character thing going on. The Carnage the Creator you see in videos is a little bit different than the Carnage the Creator in real life, but in the grand scheme of things, it is my genuine personality coming forward. So with that said, that's something that'll never change on my channel. Something I would never want to change, and if I ever did change that, again, this goes back to why would I even do YouTube? I don't need it for money. There's no reason for me to get to 1 million subscribers unless I want to. So that's going to stay the same. It's always going to stay the same. But what will change, and I've seen a lot of comments of you guys already asking for this stuff as well, and that is I'm going to be focusing a lot more on Let's Play content. So up until now, I've done a lot of what I would consider flashy videos, meaning the titles of the videos alone got you interested, and then you clicked on it, you watched the video, and you subscribed from there. And what I want to do is over the course of like maybe the next several months, the next year or so, I want to get to the point where nobody really cares what I'm uploading. It's who is uploading it. In other words, I want people to be able to watch me personally. Whenever people say, I'm watching Carnage the creator, I don't want them to care what the game is that I'm playing. I don't want people to care what the actual video is. For example, there's a lot of YouTubers out there whose entire channel is based off of news and tutorials and stuff like that. And that kind of stuff, you know, it's flashy, right? If you see a brand new news video with a nice headline, you might click on it and be like, oh, this might be interesting. But I don't want to have that situation. I want it to be the people watching my videos enjoy Carnage the creator. I don't want it to be they're watching the video because of the content. Instead, I want it to be they're watching it because of the creator. And that kind of ties into why I do YouTube again. It's not about what I'm uploading. It's not about where I'm going. It's about who I am. And that's really what I want to bring forward to my videos. And I know I don't talk like this often. This is probably very strange for you guys to hear me talk like this because usually I'm just having fun and making videos. But I figured for 100K, you know, I'd kind of take a couple steps back and give you guys some actual insight into my thought process on this. So with that said, guys, you know, this is what I want to do. This is, you know, YouTube, it's fun. Making videos is fun. Doing cool stuff in the gaming industry is awesome. So for me, like, this is it. This is what I'm going to be doing. You guys can rest assured that Carnage the creator is going to go very far on YouTube. All thanks to you guys, and it's going to be very, very fun with us together. But anyways, with that said, guys, I've been Carnage the creator. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, be sure to go ahead and leave a like on this video. But anyways, I've been Carnage the creator. Catch you guys in the next video, and I'm out.
Carnage the creator, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're watching Carnage the creator, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're watching Carnage the creator, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're watching Carnage the creator, yeah.